You, Taurus, are having a major breakthrough. You have the Eight of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Empress. The Eight of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles is about you've managed to work out some sort of emotional issues that you, Taurus, was having, right? Specifically attachment issues. A lot of you, Taurus, are learning to work through them to where you don't have to have attachment issues anymore. The Nine of Pentacles, however, represents and you're developing the traits on how to let people go, right? When they don't want to be with you, or when they show you that they don't want to be with you, when they tell you that they don't want to be with you, or both, you will not hold on so tightly. Even if they do want to be with you, but they want to just do their own thing for a couple of hours, right? Not years, hours. You, Taurus, are learning to work on that attachment issue. And the Nine of Pentacles represents because your level of self-awareness and self-worth has risen, right? It's raised because, again, you were working on those type of issues that you were having. What was it about yourselves that you felt like if the person decides to step away, then it means that they're walking away forever? Now the Empress is about how, so since that's the case, you're in a particular situation where, because of this, your mentality and the way that you will look at other people and the way that your approach, your mental approach, and just your overall outlook on how you perceive yourself has changed. So how you perceive other people will very much so change as well, right? You're very much so learning how to, like I said, value yourself. A Taurus, right? You, Taurus, especially when you're young, and you can let me know if I'm not really telling the truth in the comment section, if I don't know what I'm talking about. And right, and tell me why. But when a lot of you, Taurus, lack the experience, a lot of y'all, like I said, a lot of y'all deal with self-worth issues, because Taurus deals with worth. And a lot of Taurus, right, you deal with self-worth. You feel like you have to attach yourself to someone because it means that they don't care about you. It means that they don't love you. And that's not necessarily it, right? Human beings are complicated. So that, again, they're not toys. So you can't necessarily predict every single element of a person, right? That's just not possible. You can predict some things, but you can't predict every single thing, right? You probably can't even predict most things. So you, Taurus, learning how to be more okay with that really does raise your value, because you will actually be able to know, right, the Seven of Wands. You'll be able to dub a person that represents the Seven of Wands more. Look, in comparison between you and someone else, right? And the reason why that's so important is because when they're coming to you with a bad deal, a raw deal, a person that's coming to you and they're not really being serious when it comes to romantic offers, you, Taurus, will be able to actually let them go. You'll be able to dub them a lot faster. See, the problem with self-worth, Taurus, is that when you are dealing with a low level of self-worth, as all earth signs deal with, without exception, we go through a lot of terrible relationships a lot because we're the ones with the most logic, along with air signs, right? But you, Taurus, end up making terrible decisions because, like I said, you lack the self-confidence, you lack the self-worth. So what happens when you lack self-worth? A lot of times people will, unfortunately, try to take advantage of that. And the low goofballs that are looking for someone to parasite off of, unfortunately, they will take advantage of the fact that you perceive yourself super lowly. And what they'll do is they'll end up getting a good deal right out of you, because you'll be willing to offer them the entire world as long as they tell you that they love you and as long as they show up for you sometimes. But you Taurus have to understand that if they're going to be with you, they have to consistently show up. It's work. I don't know where people think that a relationship is not about work and that relationships is all about relaxation. And yeah, sometimes it can be about that. But I don't know where people have this mentality that a relationship is only about relaxation and you just want to find somebody and just sit back and relax. That's not what a relationship is. It's not what it is. What it is that it's a catalyst for improvement, as a matter of fact. What do I mean when I say a catalyst? It is a cataclysm. It is a cause or a reason for improvement. So the idea that a person is supposed to just get themselves in a relationship and then now they can just go on vacation and get lazy. That's a bad look. So you Taurus understood that it's not a good look on you Taurus to want love, but then people will go lazy on you. That's not love, right? That's not love. That's not deep love. The Eight of Swords represents, so you had to humble yourself down to actually learn the differences between the two. And now the world, right? Your mentality has very much so changed as to where it is that who you are, where you're going in life, and what you're doing. You're looking at a lot of things in the world from a brand new perspective, a fresh new pair of eyes, if that makes sense. You have self-value, you have self-worth. So you understand that if someone else does not want to put in value with you, then why would you do it for them? Because you Taurus are starting to understand the differences between good deals and a raw deal, right? Virgo can understand this, you know what I'm saying? Depending on if Capricorn has their mind screwed on straight, Capricorn can understand, right, what a bad deal is. Gemini can, Aquarius can. So the thing about that is that with you Taurus, you couldn't before, because Taurus can end up being psychologically lazy, because you may just want someone to love you, like what I was talking about a few minutes ago. But now you're not being lazy in that regard, because you realize that there's no point in doing that, because the only person that is getting screwed over here and the only person that ends up getting unfortunately hurt is you. So the thing is, now the Page of Wands and the Knight of Cups now is about how, so when you interact with people, there's a brand new level of self-confidence that comes with that. And it really doesn't matter whether or not people are really interested in you as far as short-term purposes, they try to come up with some sort of they just try to come up with stupid reasons to not hang out with you. You Taurus have a really deep understanding that if a person has to come up with anything just to disqualify you, to make it seem like you're not as good as you want to be or what you're striving to be. If they're coming up with any stupid reason, you're not tall enough, you don't make enough money, you have to understand that that's stupidity at its finest, because how do they know that? They wouldn't. That's the point. They're not going to know that. So the Page of Wands and the Knight of Cups now is about how, since that's the case, a Taurus have to understand that, right? That no matter when you approach somebody or you get approached, or even after that, you're still talking to them and you're trying to get to know them, and all they're doing is BSing you, right? It seems like, just leading you on, wasting your time. When you see that, you will know when to bow out. You will know when to ghost them, right? Because they're not going to waste your time. They're wasting their own, which in fact, they actually are wasting their own time. Because if they know good and well that they don't like you, what are they doing trying to talk to you in the first place? Why don't they just go talk to someone that they would like based off of the look or whatever it is, or whatever stupid metric that they are giving, right? No, they're not doing that. What are they doing? They claiming that they're not interested, right? Some of them, but then at the same time, they're here. They're responding to you differently than what it is that is physically coming out of their mouth. That's the confusion that we're dealing with, Taurus. So, air signs and earth signs have the burden of trying to make the world make sense out of the pure madness. But the the nine of swords and the fool now represents, and yeah, there's a lot more looseness that comes with you, Taurus. Now, what I mean by that is not being promiscuous per se, but I mean looseness in the sense that you being prepared, right? You enjoying the moment instead of overthinking things, and understanding of, hey, mazel tov. If real talk, mazel tov, forget about it, right? Throw it into the wind, right? Mazel tov. Let's see, throw it up in the air and see what happens. Because a lot of you Taurus have this mentality because you know what it's like, right? Because the fool is an unpredictable person, pretty much. But you Taurus know what it feels like to people will hang around you to get some good food and to get some money out of you or whatnot, but they just hanging around you and you really liked people, right? And they broke your heart. And then for years afterwards, you probably still had a special spot in your heart for them, and they just moved on like they never cared or whatever the case may be. So a lot of you Taurus realize, like, if it doesn't, again, y'all are finally getting it through your head, the things that I was telling y'all months ago, a year ago, right? In 2022, around this time, that it doesn't matter. And what I mean by that is when a person likes you, all of this stupid stuff that they're doing, they're not going to do it, because all of this delusional and trying to get out of, trying to get you upset and getting on your nerves and giving you all this grief and all this nonsense. Listen, if a person likes you, if a person likes you, they may still give you this grief. But the point that I'm trying to make here is, regardless of whether a person likes you, right? If they do like you and they have enough common sense, they are not going to bring to you this nonsense. So maybe they do like you, but they're bringing you this nonsense. If they like you, okay, and they're bringing you this nonsense, 10 chances to 1, you Taurus still have to replace them anyway. Because you know why? And this is what a lot of you Taurus are beginning to understand. All relationships are not as overly complicated as as a lot of this social media stuff tries to make it seem. It's actually quite simple. But what complicates it is the ego and the downright stupidity, also a part of the ego if left unchecked. The ego and the downright stupidity of others. It's people deliberately making it complicated because they want to test and poke and prod and get on the nerves of and see what type of game. Like it is, I said before, can we please leave the manipulation up to the Robert Greens and up to the Sun Tzus and the 48 laws of power and the art of war and stuff like this? Because truth be told, Taurus, most people don't know what it is that they're doing when it comes to manipulation and all that stuff. And they don't even realize that Robert Greene, right, supposedly wrote all these books or whatnot so that people can stop manipulating, to not do it. But what the stupid, let's clarify the Empress. But what the stupid individuals keep doing is they keep trying to manipulate, which is not what people should be doing anymore. But to clarify the Empress, you have the Lovers, the Seven of Pentacles, the Tower, which is Scorpio, which is the opposite sign of Taurus, and the Ten of Swords, which is you, Taurus, being, right, you being much more wise of what to look out for and you're not worried about when someone is showing you that they're uninterested, you will replace them. And their head is going to be spinning because when you're not giving them any more phone calls, when you're not trying so hard, when they, when you have to tell them too many times to chill out, and then they don't want to because they always used to going somewhere and starting up commotion and mischief, and you Taurus just don't say anything to them anymore, they're going to look and they're going to feel stupid, because that's the other catch-22 of it too. Y'all are grown folks. People are supposed to understand how you going to be in a relationship with somebody and you causing mischief to them. Anyway, smash that like button. Smash that like button. Hit the subscribe button. Smash that notification bell, and hit the notification. Set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos. Also, come through so I can go ahead and keep the show going. Would really appreciate it if you came through, get some of my readings, buy the books, even buy the hoodies. There's a link to that will give you a drop-down menu of all of that in the comment section below called the link tree. Click on it and it will redirect you to a website where you see all of that. Appreciate you. Thank you. Oh, one more thing. I'm trying to make my YouTube channel grow to 10,000 subscribers. So please, I'm at 9,300 subscribers. If you could, smash that subscribe button. We're almost there. We're less than 700 left.